Alright, let's take a look at gold today. Well, basically, gold has been on an uptrend since, well, let's call it 2018. Let's make this a little bit more, well, we hit the trend line like 3 times, so 1, 2, and 3. Usually if you're trading Forex or similar things, we always want to have 3 confirmations like we have here. So buying at this area was actually a great opportunity because we could really go much higher from here. So analysis and predictions for the next coming days, weeks. We have here a triangle. We also have kind of a bullish flag here, which we currently can see that we went lower, had the bullish flag, and now we are going higher. We also had in the past 2 days very bullish moves, which means we are gaining a lot of momentum. If we look in the past, like here, and the current levels somewhere around 1830, although we did rally to 1850, which is actually 1840 depending what chart you're looking on, but it is actually the next support resistance area. So and it also is the end of the triangle, so if we manage to break these levels here, we could go to 1950 and then even go much higher from there. Well, after 1950, next targets would be 2070 and whatever else comes after that. So we also had here a double bottom, and as you can see, we formed this nice bullish pattern after touching the same lows here twice, and we've been rallying ever since. We had here kind of a small pullback, and now we are going higher again. So if we make some numbers, let's go with 1. Okay, 1, 2, number 3. And now we are going much higher. So if we now we hit the first point, the second point, the third point, and we are going on a bullish move, which means we could pull back to then, well, let's check the EMA 200, which is also a support area. Let's make it another color. So we could potentially pull back to maybe either the support line, depending which one you're using, because usually the support line is an area, so it could be much bigger. Could be the one at the 20 levels or the one at the 1800 levels. It's not that important actually, because the 200 the EMA is here. So if we were to pull back, then this would be number 4, and number 5 would be probably at the 1950 area. So this would be an option that could happen. If you look at the weekly chart, here we can see the trend line even better. Bullish flag, triangle. Now we had a really bullish move, something similar to here. Here we had a slight pullback and then we went higher. The same could happen here. Let's check the monthly chart. Well, let's throw in some more indicators. EMA 20. So on the monthly chart, we're trading way above the 20 EMA levels, and we are forming a very bullish pattern on the weekly chart. We also broke above the 20 EMA levels, which is a very bullish sign, and we didn't even come close to the 200-day EMA on the weekly chart, because we are trading along the trend line. So we're still on a very bullish move. Now if you go to shorter time frames, the 4-hour chart. So if we were to see a pullback somewhere around here to the number 4, and then we could go higher from here, this would be a trading option to wait and be a buyer at this area. Let's check the RSI. And the RSI is pretty much overbought. Looking at the 4-hour chart, so chances are pretty high that we might pull back, which would be a great entry for a buy if we change the support line to maybe around here. This is also, I think, where the 200-day EMA is. We could also pull back only to the 20 EMA. Let's check the 3-hour chart. The 3-hour chart, well, it's pretty much similar to the 4-hour chart. The RSI is still pretty high. Let's check the 2-hour. Well, here you can see that we are going down slightly, so we could go until here. All of which is kind of weird. We had here 2 bullish candlesticks, but just alone 2 bullish candlesticks don't mean much. The RSI is going down, and we still above the 70 levels. A pullback would make sense. Well, here on the 1 hour chart, we actually had a 3, 1, 2, 3, well, kind of 4, 5, maybe 5. It depends on what you're looking at. 5 bullish candlesticks. The RSI went lower from here. We can make this again. It also went lower from here. So we formed kind of a triangle. On the other hand, we went higher here, which is usually a bullish sign. So we could potentially rally from here, which would be another option. So I guess the first few hours on Monday will be decisive when it comes to the next move, because we have here the first support line. If we manage to stay here and keep this bullish line, and somehow if you look at the RSI, we might see a slight turn. How do I change this? Here we might see a slight turn to the upside, so the RSI could go higher from here. So if we stay above this support line, because we are going higher, we might go much higher from here. This would be another option. So all in all, the trend looks bullish to me, and it seems like gold has currently the potential to go much higher. On the weekly chart, if you look at the RSI, we're at the 55. So we still have, if you look back to August 2020, we reached 80. So 55 to 80 is like, well, 25 points. And if we look at the last time we were at 55, well, 55 was in March 2020, which would be here. Well, actually, this was the drop due to the coronavirus, and we went all the way from 1460 to 250, 270, 260, so 600 points plus 600. So if we were to make the same here, what was the lowest level? 1660 plus 1680 plus 600 would be 2480. So plus 600 target. So well, this would be a scenario which we don't have to think about right now, because this could potentially happen. This could happen in a couple of years, a couple of months, maybe never. So, and also it's not about 600, because we have to kind of calculate it in a different ratio. So if we were to calculate the percentages, this would actually be much higher. But for now, the next goal should be 1950. Like I said, the weekly chart looks very bullish. The daily chart. If you look at the RSI here, we didn't reach the 70 levels yet, and I mean, we can always go above these 70 levels. Last time we did was actually, well, here we just went a little bit above here. We went to 99 in August 20, so we could see the same here. happening. But we still have some room, so we might go higher and then pull back, or pull back and then go higher. So I guess we will see on Monday, but for now the trend looks very bullish. So I would definitely be a buyer.